Chris Schulte here with Friction Labs deep in the legendary forest of Fontainebleau. Today we're going to talk a little bit about mantles, a couple of little tips, tricks, things to remember. Now this is going to be by no means a comprehensive video because let's face it, mantling is a pretty big subject, but hopefully just a couple of little things that you can keep in mind are going to do the trick to carry you up and over. Now, first of all, an often neglected key component of mantling is the setup. Really often, folks, myself included, will just sort of set off questing up the face or the arete or the whatever, figuring that, once we get to the lip, we'll figure it out when we get there, cross that bridge when we come to it. That can often result in some of the more popular techniques like the beached whale or the seal roll being employed. We're not going to really go into those too much today. But to break it down basically and really simply, when you get to the lip of your mantle, be sure to take a moment and plot out your steps a little bit. See how high you can walk your feet up on the holds that are remaining just below that lip. Higher and higher. That's going to get you up and over much more comfortably and a lot safer too than doing the full chest press, wave your arms and legs around wiggle thing. Another often neglected and key component of a good and stylish mantle is turning the palm. Now, oftentimes you can find yourself in a situation, especially with those beautiful flat square cut boulders, where you get to the top and you just press it down like you're exiting the pool and all is well, foot comes up and stand and walk away. You've done it, you've made it. Well, sometimes when it's a little bit more round, or maybe there's a little bit of an angle to the top out, a low angle slab, or maybe even a steep one, or maybe it's not the top at all. Maybe you've got to press your way up on some rail or another. Turning this palm to the inside is really going to help you get your chest up and over. The mechanics of your arm are going to move your body up and forward a whole lot better than fighting against the tension of your own wrists, if you know what I mean. So next time you get up to the lip, whatever it may be, give it a shot, get up into your press, or even get a little ways up into your press and turn that palm and see how it's going to propel you forward, just like magic. I've also fairly often seen, usually in more straddly spots like Yosemite or the like, this tendency for some folks to really want to press the mantle out slow and static like, and just be in absolute control. Now, I do understand this, but don't forget there is really, really big space for momentum in your mantle. Sometimes setting yourself up and swooping into the position that you want to achieve is going to not only save you energy, but it's going to help you move more efficiently and sometimes more accurately. When you're working a move, sometimes it can happen that high speed is gonna help you out a little bit more than just the utmost of muscle trembling control. You know what I mean? Now you're gonna find some climbs out there where maybe the top isn't necessarily even a mantle, but you are going to find that once you're up there, you're well off the ground, and you're going to want to employ some of the same movements that you're going to find in a mantle, namely spotting the feet, like we mentioned earlier, planning out your route, turning a palm here and there, and just remembering to stay focused and committed and in balance because, well, frankly, you're way off the ground and you don't want to come down from there. Not only because you don't want to do it again, but you probably just shouldn't fall from up there. So maintain the same sort of focus and poise that you would on a really technical mantle as you would on maybe something that's a bit more pedestrian and everyday. Some climbs out there, you're going to push into a mantle maneuver, whether it be a turning of the palm or palms, or a big high step and a rock over, and it's going to feel like it's going to keep going. You might do a couple of palm presses in a row. Someone famous once said, if you're going to go through hell, keep going. So remember, again, maintain your focus, maintain your balance, and maintain your continuity. Momentum doesn't always have to be fast. Momentum can also just mean sticking to it, keeping at it, plodding onwards with focus and balance. Now some problems are going to have a mantle up at the top that's it's going to be a bit more technical. It's going to be a bit more demanding than maybe your average, whip up and over the lip type of situation. Take a tick from the list of any boulder that you're going to want to top out and go up and around and have a look at it. Maybe put a tick mark here and there. Spot out the holds that you're going to want to use. Funny enough, you might get up there and thrash and slap and wiggle your way up there without using a single one of them. Fine, that happens. You survived. Climb another day. It's really best practices, especially on a higher boulder or something with a shady landing or something that's so technical you don't want to try and repeat it again, to go up there, have a good look, and get a good idea of what you're doing. Now, it has come up in conversation a few times over the years. Uh, how can you train for mantles? Well, I mean, my answer is pretty much always the same when it comes to training. Get outside and climb as much as you possibly can. Some really basic exercises that are going to help you face down some of these mantles when you get outside in the world include everything from push-ups to tricep presses. Get some stretching in you. Let's do some anything that can open up your hips. Butterfly stretches, so you can really have a range of motion and get into really turning that knee down to rock up and over like we were talking about earlier. Anything that can keep these hips open and mobile, anything that can strengthen your upper body and your core so you can have the ability to just press, to move a little furniture type of feel. It's not always a delicate process. Now, with experience and practice, that's what I'm going to go ahead and advocate for, is that you head towards making it more of a dance than you do a fight. But, if your dance moves fail, being able to fight your way out goes a long ways. Well, hopefully that'll help some folks out. Once again, not exactly a comprehensive list of things to do, or even an in-depth discussion, because I mean, I could sit in a place like this especially all day and go on and on about the nuances and techniques and different forms of mantles and different ways to approach them. But that's a whole lot to get you started with, and a lot to chew on, and a good direction to head in. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in. Let's maybe close with some words I heard from an old head once. When in doubt, press it out. Thanks, folks. Take care.